Goodwill, good for the planet and our community for 100 years.
If you are watching us this morning and you've been thinking about building a new home in 2026, then you need to know Eric Weekly. He is the Vice President of Mortgage and Consumer Lending at TVFCU.
Yes,
good to see you.
Thank you. Good to be here.
I'm happy to have you here. No surprise to me that you're seeing a real uptick in people coming to you at the credit union wanting to build a home because the housing shortage is still out there. People are looking to build their own.
Yes, ma'am. In certain areas, there are some, shortages of houses to choose from. There's not a lot on the market. There's not a lot being built in certain areas. So people are choosing to build a home, and they'll come to us and ask us questions about the process and how it works and how they can get qualified. So I believe that's what we're going to be talking about.
Well, it sounds to me like process is going to be the key word for us to kind of weave in and out of our conversation, because you recognize that that's different for each individual member coming into you. Some people might just be thinking of it as a concept,
yes,
not quite ready to pull the trigger. That's okay.
That is okay, yes. We can take your application, we can qualify you and let you know how much you could actually build. So this is your maximum price. Then you would go and select a builder or a floor plan or a model type home that you want to build, and kind of structure that to your needs as a family or as an individual, whatever your case may be. And then you would come back to us with those plans and specs and the builder, and we would do some vetting, and then we would start the process from there.
So in all of it, I mean, one of the first things Eric said to me was, this is probably the biggest investment anyone's going to ever have in their life, and you don't take that lightly.
No, we
so
don't.
Part of what you're doing is you're vetting, if it was me as the lender or as the borrower,
right,
but you're also vetting the builder I'm choosing to use.
We do. We make sure that they have the qualifications that are needed to be able to build the level of home that you're building. Dollar-wise, there are some state requirements that we must validate. We want to make sure that they're a reputable builder and have a builder's license and insurance coverages and all that, because this is your investment, and we're there to protect you. When we work with both of you, but again, our responsibility is to you, the member.
Yeah.
So we got to protect you as well.
On those licenses, that stuff seems to change all the time too. So if you have a friend that built a house 5 years ago, their licensing requirements might be different than what yours are going to be now.
They might be.
And you've got to follow
yes,
that code.
And because we cover Georgia and Tennessee, we've got branches in both states, then we have to know the laws for both states.
Okay. You also are very careful of the money. So as you're paying the individual contractors who are doing the work, you also verify with me, the borrower, that the work has been completed.
Yeah, so if you think about it from the foundation up, each step along the way, the builder is going to request a draw. And what we do is we get the invoices from them and we review them and see, okay, how far along in this plan are we? And then we validate that with you, the member, and we say, okay, do we have your approval to go ahead and pay the builder? We've done an inspection. We know that the work is done. Are you okay us signing off on this? And then providing the builder his funds to continue the project. So we always talk with and validate through the member the process and the steps before any money goes out.
I've never built a house, so I don't have any direct knowledge of this, but I've had friends who have, and you always hear the stories of they said the house was going to be ready by May, and we're not going to get into it now until October. So you were also sharing with me that though you've got the loan approval, you, again, as the borrower, are only paying on the work that's been done to date.
Correct, yes. So as the line draws up, so it's a construction line, kind of like a line of credit, and so you would only pay interest on what has been drawn. So you're not paying, let's say you're building a $500,000 house. We're not taking all of that money up front and making you pay the full amount.
Right.
It's done incrementally as the house is being built. And that helps with the affordability factor and being able to say, okay, if you've got another home to sell, you've got some time to do that where you're not having two very large payments. And so at the end of the construction phase, when everything is complete and the home is ready to be moved into, that's when it would go to the permanent mortgage, which you know up front because we give you all of that information. Your interest rate would be fixed during the construction phase, so you know what that's going to be. It's not going to change at the end. And you know what that monthly payment will be when the home is finished.
Okay, so let's go with your $500,000 budget again. As you're going through, some of these some of the work is less expensive than others. If you wanted to just say, you know what, I'm just going to pay for the roof outright. Here's $20,000 towards it.
Yes.
So now your loan is for $480?
Yes, we could also do that where we don't convert over the full amount. We would modify it down, and then we would give you a new payment amount each month.
If something happens with interest rates in the course of, let's say that your bill time is a year, if interest rates should drop, Can you refinance, or are you locked in?
You're locked in at that point in time, but there's always the option to refinance after the fact.
Okay.
So, but it has to be a significant drop,
Sure.
really, to make that worth the extra expense that you just went through.
Because you
with the
get those
construction.
closing costs and all that right back
Correct.
on.
Yes.
What about, you mentioned if you're having to sell a home, I might be just bombarding you with questions here.
It's okay.
But sometimes that's easier said than done, right? The market's lagging a little bit. So do you ever do bridge loans for people?
We can. We don't have, quote unquote, a bridge loan product. We have other ways and means of doing so. But we do qualify at the very onset for what you can build, but also including that other payment in the event that you can't sell right away.
Okay.
So we include that in the calculations and everything that we do to qualify you, to make sure that you're not overextended, or that we're not overextending you.
That's part of that process.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So when people come to you initially, I know that we live in an online world, and that's great. You all have got a great website.
Thank you.
But do you encourage people to come in and make an appointment face to face to really sit down and talk it out?
We tell people whatever's most convenient and comfortable for them.
Okay.
We have the technology to be able to do this from your iPhone, an iPad, or any other type of mobile device. You can do it on a computer, or you can come in and talk to us.
Okay.
We're willing to handle that any way that you choose, as long as it's comfortable for you.
Well, the great thing about them is if you're like me and you're a face-to-face person, you pretty much can't sneeze without hitting a location for TVFCU. So you know the one that's closest to you. If you do want to do it online, tvfcu.com, and just know that they're ready for you. They've got the loans ready to offer, and they'd love to help you be in that dream home in
Absolutely.
2026.
Yes, thank you.
I'm gonna raise a child by myself at this age. I can't do what I did the last time. That